Hey, so I just finished my first week at f.i.r.s.t Institute here in Orlando, Florida. But of course, I'm living in Winter Park, so it's like an hour bus ride. But this week, since this is the only week we're going to be in the old building, I just did lifts just because I have to transfer, and the first day I completely missed the bus. So my mom helped with Monday after I missed that bus. So, these pictures are from when I was walking to the bus stop before I knew that I was gonna be missing the bus and taking a lift to school. Yep. And then on Monday after school, which is where I'm gonna start on Monday. Actually, I'm gonna start at the beginning. So I was wearing on the first day I made this myself. I mean, I didn't make the shirt, but like it had the rose on it, and then I put the diamond over it, and Diamond Rose Girl is actually my mental superhero, like me as a superhero. So it's basically my own personal Diamond Rose Girl shirt. And then these are the bracelets I wore on Monday. The bracelet that has my YouTube handle on it, and my autism bracelet, and my name bracelet, and then, of course, my Star Wars bracelet that I wear all the time. And then I put these croc pegs on my shoes, and I actually ended up losing the pink L off of my left shoe, but I reordered it from eBay. I didn't originally get it from eBay though. I got it from the mall in Augusta, Georgia, when I was up there visiting my aunt and cousins with my dad and his fiance. Yeah. Of course, missed the bus, and then I got there like way early, like at 30 something after. So I ended up standing there until they opened the doors at 7:45. And since I was there so early, I decided to take these three pictures because, like, I seen that whole sun through the trees, and I was like, I need to take a picture of that. It's so beautiful. And then we went to our classroom, and we met our teacher, and basically most of the day was orientation stuff. We spent a small fraction of the time that we were there working on the first class. The first class is DFVP 101-1178 Storytelling. DFVP is the program, basically the film program abbreviated down. 101 is the class number, and then 1178 is like the class number, like the group of students that were new the same day I started and was new. So yeah, we're basically all in one room the entire day. Originally I thought it was gonna be like go to one room. Like when you switch to class, you change rooms. But like the only other college I've been to is Northwest Florida State College, and that's basically how it worked. There was every class had a room, and I'm pretty sure a lot of colleges do the same thing. It's the first time I've ever heard of a college doing this kind of thing. I mean, I don't mind it. Actually, less walking for me to do. No, right. I forgot to finish out Monday stuff. Okay, so after school Monday, because we got out 12:30 like all week. We've gotten out at 12:30 during this building. And on Monday after school. And then, since I was going to the library and not going home, which would be like a different set of buses. I mean, not so, but like a different like timing and stuff. I actually ended up going to McDonald's before I went on the bus down to the library. So, yeah. Anyways, after that, I had a little bit of an issue with transferring because I had to transfer buses to get to the library to donate my blood, which is what I was doing after school. So I missed the transfer. They let me off a little after because I was like, I missed the thing, and like I meant to transfer back there, and it was like a little farther up. So I walked all the way to a different bus stop, and then the bus that I was gonna get on picked me up and took me to the library. And then after I got dropped off at the bus stop near the library, I walked 8 minutes, dropped off the library books that I needed to drop off on their way. So I took this picture the Wednesday before the 9th, which was August 4th, and I seen it, and that's what caused me to want to do the blood drive, because 1, I wanted to help people, 2, I'd never done a blood drive before, and 3, an e-gift card. Also a free towel, that doesn't hurt, but I was definitely in it for the gift card and the helping people. And then I took this picture because on the thing I seen at the table at the library, it said $10, but on that sign it said $20. So in case I had to show anyone, it just would help to have that picture. But it also helps for this video, so it works out great. And then I went to the blood bus, which is what I'm calling it, because I know it's called like One Blood or something, but or the red bus, but I'm just calling it the blood bus because, yeah. And then I spent maybe 20-30 minutes in there doing like health evaluation before my blood and then my blood. And then I walked after that, after they gave me my $20 e-gift card and my towel and water. I walked 8 minutes to the bus stop near the library where I got dropped off, and then the bus picked me up and then drove me to the bus stop nearest to the apartment, because it's not the 443. It doesn't go straight to the apartment like the 443 does. This was the 102. The closest it could take me was like a little, like 13-minute walk away. I didn't mind. I don't mind that walk. There are worse walks I've experienced during this living here. And then Tuesday, we did both classes, and we had a sub because the actual teacher that was there the first day, that was supposed to be our actual teacher, he's out sick this rest of this week, and hopefully not next week, but we'll see. Anyways, our 2 classes, which were of course the storytelling, and the second one is DFVP 102-1178 video technology. For the second class, we went over lighting and lens stuff and all that stuff. We learned cameras, stuff like that. All this week was like that. Next week is cameras too, but we'll be in. I guess I accidentally pressed a button because I found this on my phone from Tuesday. And then I don't remember if it was in the first class or the second class, but we had this project where it was like a flip book of burst photos, so we had to do that. And then we got out at 12:30 on the bus. I went to the bus stop, which was across the street, which meant I had to run across the street because there was no stoplight near the school exits. So I had to wait until there was no cars for a bit, and then I had to run straight across, so I didn't get accidentally intercepting a car. So yeah, I know how dangerous that is. That's why I waited until there was no cars coming before I did it, because it's like right there across the street. There's no stoplight within a short amount of distance that I could go to first. Besides, I know it's not a valid excuse, but other students were doing it because they had to get to that same bus stop. The same transfer situation, just minus the library and minus the McDonald's. Same stop that I got to after I accidentally missed the transfer the first day, but this time it was on purpose because it was the one that got me home. And then from there, that was the 125 to the 102. I purposely got off at that same stop that I got off on Monday, and then I walked to CVS because, and I forgot to say this, Monday morning I actually couldn't sleep, so I woke up at 1:30 a.m. That morning I ended up starting a CVS pharmacy account just because my stuff was at Walmart pharmacy, and that's a half-hour walk or an even shorter bus ride. But the last time I went to Walmart, I bused there, but the bus back was out of service, so I had to walk, and I got heat stroke. Yeah, not doing that again. I learned my lesson. Primarily that I need to check first and make sure that I eat plenty of food, because the main problem there, not enough water and not enough food. Both were not in my system. I had not eaten more than 1 meal a day for 2 days, and yeah, I think that was part of the issue. That, and I don't drink near enough water. I know that's one of the most important things, drink water, especially in Orlando, but I'm just not great at it. Yeah, so I'm changing my pharmacy down to CVS, and I've been working on that for a few days. And then, on Tuesday, back to what I was saying, on Tuesday I went to CVS so that I could check on the status of things things, and I'm on Medicaid. My Medicaid makes it so my pills are basically free. So I went there because at Walmart Pharmacy, that my Medicaid was in there, making my pills free, and it works at basically every pharmacy. So I went to CVS to add that in so that when I get my pills, I don't have to pay anything. I just gotta get them and leave. Unless I see other things that I need to get. Like, I know CVS has, like, a medium jug of my favorite chocolate milk. I call it Rich and Creamy, but it's True Moo, and it's, like, the one with the red lid. It says Rich and Creamy on the bottle, which is why I call it Rich and Creamy. But yeah. And then after that, they had some watermelon scented hand sanitizer and antibacterial liquid soap, and the hand sanitizer was antiseptic. So I bought those for like $6, rounded it to 7 for charity. And then I walked home from there and had Demi Lovato's "Tell Me You Love Me" on playing on my phone part of the way there. I just had it stuck in my head. When I have a song stuck in my head, I play it out loud just because. And then I got home and not much happened when I came home Tuesday. I just sat and watched TV. Also, the first day when I came home, like on Monday after school, all that was in that living room, besides the living room stuff, was one of my roommates, Malachi. He put his PS4 in there, and that was perfectly fine. But Tuesday when I came home, this whole setup was there. He had desk and that keyboard and that stuff on the couch, and he moved the kitchen table under his computer. Now, I contacted Z, who is the person who's in charge of the apartment I live in with my roommates and who gets the rent from us, and he told Malachi to put everything back. The only thing that was put back was the kitchen table. That was it. He still has his desk out there, and I mean, I guess it's fine, but I still don't know. And I used the $20 e-gift card that I got from donating blood on the previous day to get Boston Market, because that was one of the options, was a Grubhub gift card. And so I used it on Boston Market because there's a Boston Market in Orlando, like in the greater Orlando area, so I was able to get it on Grubhub. And it's like, I got what I always get at Boston Market, which is the mac and cheese, the corn, and the chicken. And I actually still have one of that small dish of mac and cheese left in the fridge for later as like a leftovers type thing. But yeah. Wednesday, which is yesterday, I took a lift there, got there just barely before 8, and then we had a different substitute, but my teacher was still out sick. She's actually pretty nice. She understood about my autism and stuff when I explained I have social anxiety, I have high functioning autism. She was like, she gets it. I believe she has 2 nephews of her sisters that are her sister's kids or something, or friend or something, I don't know, that have autism, so she gets it. Because I was part of a group that was doing an assignment, well, not an assignment, but like an exercise for class with cameras, and they were all outside, and I was like, I didn't want to go outside, and she asked me why, and it's like, I have social anxiety, I have functioning autism. She was like, she gets it, so she gets me, and that's a quality that's good in a teacher, because I don't really like having people that don't understand my autism. And then we did class stuff for both classes, bunch of slideshows just like every other day this week. And then I got home after school. I'm just gonna cut story real quick. I have 3 roommates that are all boys: Brody, Malachi, and Nick. I met Brody when I moved in because he was here before me. Malachi moved in right before Nick, like literally the day after. Malachi was supposed to arrive on the 3rd, but he arrived on the 4th, and then Nick arrived on the 5th. Malachi went and turned the living room into a gaming area, so to speak. Pictures will be included in this video, but by the time I'm uploading this video, it'll be basically no longer existent, because yesterday, after I seen that, it was Tuesday that the gaming area was set up. Tuesday after I came from school, I seen the gaming area. Yesterday was just still there. Monday I came home, all that happened is he set up his PS4. Tuesday after I came home, set up the gaming area. And then Wednesday after I came home, it was still there. But during the day, I believe it was that morning, I emailed Z, who's the person in charge of this whole apartment, because like we rent out our individual bedrooms and he's the guy we send the rent to. And yeah, that like this morning I got feedback from Z saying he'll get it handled. And so then he sent out like a big group email saying about how not to rearrange the living room furniture in a way that isn't convenient for everyone, because like it was literally only serving Malachi. The gaming stuff, it was all his. I couldn't have people over if I wanted to, neither could Nick, neither could Brody. And I would like to have people over. I'm actually starting to maybe gain friends at this school, so I'd like to have people over. Because we're talking about doing movie nights on like Sundays. And if I ever want to host, I'd like to be able to in a living room that actually is a living room and not Malachi's gaming area. So luckily that's been dealt with, and the living room's back to normal, because when I got home, the kitchen table's back where it was. And, I mean, he still has a desk out there, so it's a little less convenient, but, I mean, it's not the table. But at least, if I wanted to have people over, they could eat at the table if they so damn desired. But, yeah, it's a little better. I mean, still got a whole situation there. I'm thinking that big table might have come from his friend, who is literally here all the time. Like, no joke. When I come home, and me and Nick come home, because we were both in the same class, me and Nick. Yeah, when we both come home, and I walk through that door, because sometimes we walk through separate, we walk through separate all the time, but whatever. Anyways, the last few days, Malachi has had a friend over. Oh my god, I think I got a burn on my shoulder. Yeah, definitely got a sunburn on my shoulder from earlier today. Anyways, Malachi literally always has this friend over. And, I mean, I don't hate it, but, I mean, one day I'd like to do a stop motion out in the living room, but with Malachi literally always being out there, I can't do shit out there. I really can't. It's just inconvenient. My choices are in here, or in the hallway outside of the apartment, or outside of the apartment. If I wanted to do anything inside the apartment, I would have to pick a time when he is not here, because he is always in that room. Like, he's here when I come home. I mean, he's not here in the morning, so maybe I could pick then. I mean, he's here just to be sleeping. He's one of those people like sleeps late, because he's got the night shift of classes, because like I have the morning, which is, well, me and Nick have the morning, which is like 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then there's a non-existent schedule that used to exist at school. It's 1 to 5. I wish it still existed with classes, but they aren't using it right now. And then there's the night ones, which is like 5 to maybe 11. And I was gonna do that, but then I was like, 11? I wouldn't get to bed till about midnight, and yeah, I don't function well that late. I don't. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Malachi takes the night classes, and almost sure Z does too. I don't know. He might have a job or something. I don't know. No, Z. Brody. Sorry, I said the wrong name. Pretty sure Brody does. It both ended with E, and my brain's in a million places today. Yeah, yesterday I just came home and just watched TV. And that was actually, after I got home, was actually also when I discovered they were, like, talking about doing movie nights and stuff. Because, like, they said that a few of them were talking about doing a movie night, and if anyone wanted to come over, it's like one girl in my class, I believe her name is Marlene, or whatever. Her name is just, I mean, I believe that's what her name is, or whatever. Yeah, they were saying how a few of them were just talking about doing a movie night yesterday night at her house, and I couldn't go just because timing, and it was going to start at 6:30, and a lot of movies, they don't really get done for maybe 2-3 hours tops. There was a guy willing to drive me, and I would be all for that, but the timing, if it had been earlier, I would have been down completely. Like, I would have been okay with it, definitely. I like the idea, but because the original question was if people wanted to go see a movie at a movie theater, I was like, I can't afford it. And then it changed to watching a movie at their house, and timing just didn't work for me, because she said she was gonna start doing things at 6:30. And I was like, I like to go to bed by 9, 8 on a school night, because she was asking yesterday, and that was a school night, because I like to wake up at 5, and yeah. Today, basically, I got there like maybe few minutes before 8, and then we did slideshows and stuff.
Oh, dang, I missed the start of third. Okay, run then. Run to your destination. That's how you run. No. Are you shooting now?
Yeah.
Whatever's constructive, I will tell you in a constructive way, okay? You guys are finished?
We had our break from about 10 something to about 11. And then it was either during break or in the morning, one of the two, but I got my results back from when I donated blood, because it's like the health and all that in my blood type. I really have never known my blood type like by memory, so I looked at the results. At first, it said whole blood on the line where it had the actual test date and stuff, but then I looked in a different area and it said my blood type is actually A+. So, yeah, that's weird, but, I mean, my blood type probably A+, because that's what it said under the area where it says my blood type, yeah. And then we had a quiz, and then we had a pizza party. And then during break and the pizza party, the whole class was talking about, like, movies that we would watch during movie nights, and when movie nights would happen. There was this whole paper going around for scheduling and stuff. Ultimately, what was decided was Sundays at 5. How many Sundays? I don't know. But, like, yeah, there's, like, a lot of movies on the list, so there's probably a good amount of movie nights I will be going to. And then yesterday, we also did our student IDs, so I got my student ID. I'm not really going to show it because my hair is not the best in it. My hair basically looked like this. Not the best in the world. It was combed. Like, my hair's very combed. It's just this whole situation, once it's longer, it'll probably be better, but yeah, it's not made to be bangs. It's just, it used to be a tuft, but I'm letting it grow out. I would like it to be bangs, but my forehead just doesn't cooperate with bangs. It just feels weird. I mean, it could probably be a small bang. I mean, it's growing out long enough. Like, I've had it curled up here just to keep it out of the way. It just feels less awkward like that. And then yesterday after school, I'm going back to yesterday for a sec because I forgot something. Yesterday after school, I basically walked home and on repeat, because whenever Melinda Kathleen Reese puts out new Google Translate videos on her YouTube and Twisted Translations, I always I screen record my phone. Well, I used to have an audio recorder app on my laptop, but I have to be very careful about what's going on in the background because it catches so much if I'm not careful. So what I do now is I just play it on my phone, screen record, and I don't have to be as careful about what's going on in the background. People can make all the noise they want, but my phone won't catch it because it's only catching the screen. So as long as I don't mess with the screen, I'm good. So, and then I move it to my files on my laptop, and then I go into the movie player, and then I export it as audio only, and then I move that into iTunes, and I have pretty much all my favorite Google Translates on there, and her newest one, which is Google Translated Eminem songs, or one Google Translated Eminem song, I don't know, it's like a compilation sort of thing, and I played that on repeat just because it's so good. Yeah, and get back to today. So, yeah. And then another thing that people brought up today after school was people were talking about going to Disney Springs, which, despite what it sounds like, is not the Disney parks. It's like an outdoor mall Disney experience type thing. There is still things that cost money there, but ultimately going there does not cost money. Unless you count the things you get there and gas. That's the only stuff that costs money. I mean, there's also restaurants and activities and stuff there, but it's not like Disney parks or anything like that. It doesn't cost money to go into the thing. Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna happen. She said it's gonna be a few Sundays. It won't be every Sunday, but they're just talking about it. Nothing's set in stone yet. But as far as like the movie nights go, they're saying they're gonna discuss on Saturdays and then go on and not go like do the movie night on Sunday. Like everyone can take turns hosting, but if no one wants to host, then they can just like do it at one person's house. And then I came home today and I watched Boss Baby Family Business for like the third time because right now I have Peacock Premium for like a month for free, so I can watch Boss Baby Family Business as many times as I can and want to within this month. Next month, I won't have that ability anymore, but I mean, watching it this month is as good as anything because I mean, it's a good movie. The more I watch it, the less awkward it gets. So that's good. Only thing happening today is besides what I already said about today. I got some new comic books from eBay. My mom ordered me. They're Flintstones comic books. It's like 1 through 6 minus 8 and 6. Because I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, minus 4, 5, 6. Because, yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 9, and 7. So, I still need 4, 5, 6, and 8. I don't have those. But yeah. I mean, I got the comic book at the library that was Flintstones comics, and it's basically that but bunched into one book. I found that out by like opening them and I was, oh, I remember that from the book. Oh, I remember that from the book. So yeah, they were all in the one comic book from the library. But yeah, at least I have those now. They're great. It covers shit that wasn't even in the Flintstones original cartoon from like Cartoon Network, Boomerang, that kind of thing. Like in this one, Pebbles is a teenager in middle school, and they get Dino while Pebbles is a teenager in middle school instead of like when she's a baby like in the cartoon. They actually go into a deep dive of the like where Mr. Slate lives and the history of Bedrock, and they actually like parts of the comics like also like in a history museum, and they're like saying like we discovered this prehistoric village or whatever made out of rock and stone, a civilization, rock and stone, like people like from our time talking about it to like historians and people at the museum like that are going to the museum to see museum stuff. Yeah. And then just been sitting here doing stuff. Watching Descendants right now. Watching it on mute because Descendants is actually my least favorite of the 3 Descendants movies that have come out. Watching it on Sling, which is my only way to watch live Disney stuff. $35 a month. Better than anything else. Like, better than Cox. Any of those other big box brands. Sling is pretty good. And then after Descendants is over, they're gonna do Descendants 2, and then Descendants 3. And those are my 2 favorite Descendants movies. Out of all 3, those are at the top of that list of 3. And I'm pretty sure they're doing this in anticipation for tomorrow, which is the Descendants wedding. I'm really excited for it. Tomorrow I'll solve a dentist appointment, but that's like middle of the day. I'll be able to watch the Descendants wedding. And Spin, which is on like right before the Descendants wedding. We're excited for both. I may be 23, but I still love me some Disney. Pretty sure no one disagrees. But yeah. And then the 8-year anniversary of my main YouTube, f.i.r.s.t, is next Tuesday, and pretty sure I figured out the song I want to do. I just gotta figure out how to lay it all out now. I mean, I got some ideas. Just gotta figure out what doll I want to use and where I want to do it, and then I'll work from there. I just wish I had a green screen. I ordered a new one today, but it won't get here till the 20th. And the 17th is on a Tuesday. The 20th is on next Friday. So, a little late. And hey, I'm sure I'll be able to figure out something around this area. Literally within this area of the complex. I'm not walking too far for anything. Other than groceries, because I do need to get a few things from Publix, because that's the only grocery store I'm going to be going to from now on until I get a little closer to a Walmart, because I don't trust going to Walmart. Not after what happened. And it's been 2 weeks. Well, almost 2 weeks. Next Monday will be 2 weeks since I got heat stroke. And let me tell you, that was like big big point for me saying, yep, never going to Walmart again. Unless I have a way to get there that is reliant on that has a reliable way back. I can't afford Lyft. Because literally, on that Monday, when I got a heat stroke, I stopped, like, I don't know if you know Winter Park, but, like, the Tire Kingdom, that's, like, I'm at Lexington, there's a Tire Kingdom, like, maybe a few minutes from here or so, walking distance or driving, one of the two, and I had walked most of the way here from Walmart. It's like a half-hour walk from here to the Walmart and vice versa, maybe like 38 minutes. I walked most of the way here. By the time I got to the Tire Kingdom, the curb next to the light across the street from the Denny's, I was like, I can't walk anymore. My legs aren't listening. My arm's killing me. My knees are not cooperating. My feet are killing me. I'm just gonna sit here and call a Lyft. It was like $8, maybe $7, but God help me, I really could not walk anymore. I felt like I was gonna throw up or fall asleep or just fall. So, like, I can't do this. I'm sitting, I'm calling a Lyft, I don't care. And then I went home. I had a glass of milk because I was like, I need to get some liquids in me. And then I threw up the milk. And I know it says a TMI. I don't care. If you want to skip through this, you can. And not skip through this whole video, but like that small part. And then I went into my room after I put away the groceries because I was getting back from getting groceries. And then anyways, I put away the groceries. And then I went to my room and I sat in the dark and listened to the In the Heights soundtrack on my phone. The first song on my Google Home Mini, but then the Google Home Mini didn't really play the rest of the soundtrack. It just played that first song. I basically just told it to play In the Heights 2021, and that was it. I thought it realized I meant the soundtrack, but I guess I just played the first song, and then I played the rest of the soundtrack on my phone. It took about, like, an hour, but yeah. And then, after a bit, I did some stuff with my laptop. I was just, like, moving around files and stuff like that. And working on emptying my Google storage so I could get rid of that, because I was paying $2.99 for Google storage. Now I'm not, because I got my drive emptied, and I just realized I did not empty my spam in a bit. I gotta go do that after I'm done with this video. But yeah, that's basically my week in a nutshell. And then some, because it's a little more than that, but yeah. Also, and I know it's not like that was also not during the week, but like I'm also working on moving my bank over, so I've been dealing with that this week too. I'm moving it to Fairwinds Credit Union. It's like a 13-minute walk, literally across the street from the CVS that I'm moving my pharmacy stuff to. So it's like not that far from here. Literally an easy walk. My current bank is at Credit Union, based out of Colorado, where I used to live. It's like when I need a new card, like if I lost it or whatever, it's a week till I get a new card. And if I need to call them for like one reason or another, I have to consider time zone. Like they're in Colorado, so that's like maybe 2 hours or so. And if I call them too early, then they're closed. And if I call them too late, they're definitely closed. But I need to take into account the 2-hour mark. Like 10 o'clock here is like 8. Well, that's it. Thank you. Have a good day. Well, my dad helped me the rest of the week mornings with. Sorry, there's an ambulance passing by or something. Sorry, yeah. So, my dad helped with the rest of the week worth of morning Uber rides, and I just didn't take the bus, except for to go home those days, all the days, and then I